Thanks for coming, replay viewers. Hey everybody, I know I was just on. Hey Bernice. Hey Frog. Whoa, you're all flying right in. I know I was just on. I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to better explain the difference between the absolute and vanilla extract that you would make in your own home. And I already explained that the absolute is more concentrated, and I just wanted to give you a little bit more detail on how that concentration happens. So, as we know, those of us who have made vanilla extract at home, we take the vanilla beans and we trim them a little bit and we scrape out, sometimes, you don't always have to, but you can scrape out the insides of the vanilla pods. And it smells so good, by the way, when you do that. It's so enjoyable, but it is tedious. So, and then you place it all in a container. I like to use mason jars or Fido jars, and then you can put vodka or bourbon or rum or whatever you want on top of it, and you let it sit for several weeks or months. And that is how you make vanilla extract. And basically, you just take the pods out and you're done. It's very, very simple to make. Now, when you're making a vanilla absolute, it's really something that you really can't do at home. And so this is just to explain the difference between vanilla extract and vanilla absolute. So, with vanilla absolute, the plant matter is placed together with a solvent in a container, just like we would place the vodka in there. The solvent is generally hexane, and the container is usually a stainless steel drum, and sometimes it's shaken to kind of loosen things up when this happens. Now, after the hexane is mixed in with the plant matter with the vanilla pods or the beans, the vacuum distillation happens, and that removes the solvent that was used, the hexane. And oftentimes the hexane is reused. It is reused. So what you have remaining then is the concrete, which is very thick. And that is the aromatic properties as well as any waxes or plant parts that were removed during the hexane basically extraction process. And it's really super thick, and this is often referred to as a concrete. Then you have alcohol, which is mixed with this concrete, and it's chilled, and that separates the wax from the aromatic compounds. Then a filter is used to remove the waxes and the aromatic compounds, and let's see, waxes are removed with a filter, and then yes, the alcohol is removed again using vacuum distillation. So it used to be like when this process was first used, like back in the 50s, a lot of purists would not use absolutes in aromatherapy because when they did this process, it wasn't as refined, and sometimes traces of alcohol was left behind during this process. And that's why you can get mixed opinions on, you know, are absolutes safe for use during pregnancy? Are they safe for use around children? Some people feel that jasmine is not acceptable around children or pregnancy because it's an absolute. Jasmine itself is fine. It's just some people feel, well, it's an absolute, so there's probably traces of solvent, and we don't, of course, want that on skin of children or pregnant women or anybody with sensitive skin. But it's not the jasmine. It's not the vanilla. It's not the rose that is a problem. It's the fact that there's a possibility of small traces of alcohol being left behind. However, in this day and age, the trace amounts that are left are really nothing to worry about at all. They're trace. I mean, they're literally, that's less than 1%. If they're there, they're very, very, very minute. And if you're diluting this in a carrier, I mean, you're just not going to feel it. It's just not going to be a problem for you. So there's no need to avoid using absolute-based essential oils for use during, you know, around pregnancy, breastfeeding children, any of that. They're totally fine to use. So that is where that comes from. So the absolute is heavier than even essential oils. It's definitely heavier than extracts. And it's definitely more aromatic as well. So just to recap, the plant matter is placed with a solvent in a container, usually stainless steel, sometimes moved around to separate the aromatic properties from the plant matter. Vacuum distillation removes the solvent that is mixed in there. Solvent is generally hexane, which is reused. Then you have what remains is a very thick, what they call a concrete. Alcohol is next added, mixed with the concrete, and then it's chilled to separate the aromatic compounds from the waxes. The waxes are removed with a filter. The alcohol is removed using vacuum distillation again. And then you're left with the Absolute. So thank you for jumping on again so I could make that clear. I didn't really elaborate on that during our last broadcast. So thank you for the hearts. So I just wanted to expand upon that. It's not often described or explained very well sometimes. So I hope that was useful. Thank you for the hearts. And the catch is you're welcome. The catch is working. The catch, katch.me/using EOS safely. It's on there. It's going to be. I'm going to be putting this on YouTube, and it'll be available for replay on Periscope for the next 24 hours. So thanks for listening, guys. Catch you next time.